Oh, hi! Today, in a shocking turn of events, I am inspired to make a Rocket Man themed outfit. I have an inkling this is gonna be a multi-video series. I don't know that they're all gonna come out in order because I don't know how long each chunk is gonna take and when I'm gonna feel like working on them. But at the moment, I very desperately want to copy this top, the fit of it, but it's also covered in stain. Not by me, which I don't know if that makes it better or worse, but I got this in a by the pound section at the thrift store, and I think it fits me very well. I'll probably cut it up into something else at some other point, but at least for now, it'll make a really good template. And what I'm gonna copy it over to is this cardigan that I hate wearing. It's a great color. It's like a midnight blue, almost has some like deep purple to it, but the actual cardigan doesn't close. And it just has these like flappy bits here. And I hate it. I hate the neckline. No. It doesn't do it for me as a cardigan. But it reminded me of the texture of this. So I think I'm gonna use the fabric from this, probably mostly from the back, to make a crop top, I think, maybe a full length shirt. I would like to keep all the pieces of this sheer fabric because I think it would be a good something, maybe for like flutter sleeves on something. It overlaps in a fucking weird way on the front. So I'm gonna hang out, seam rip that, and in the meantime, I'm gonna watch the second episode of the Great Food Truck Race Season 10 because my friend's baby got Mac made it through the first episode. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen the first episode. And I get to watch them kick some ass on the second episode. I'm so fucking excited to see them again. Okay, so listen, I got the things off, the scarfy bits. The thing is, it's 5:30 and I started driving home from New Jersey at like 8 o'clock this morning. And I'm fucking exhausted because I was on the road for like 7 hours. So I'm gonna go sit on the couch and nap for a little bit, and then I'll probably finish this tomorrow. It's not gonna be that long of a project, but I got so tired working on this. Oh, hi, we're back. It's the next day. I'm usually very asleep by now. Man, I just cannot wake up. I don't know. It's not like I was in a different time zone when I was away this past weekend. It's just on the East Coast. I feel like kind of buzzed without having consumed alcohol, so what better time to film than now? I'm about to finish my 3rd liter of the day and I still feel like a corn husk. Okay, enough everything I'm rambling about. Let's make a top. This is not going to take that long once I get into it. I know I have so many other steps to finish the full outfit I'm working on, so I kept like avoiding it because it seemed like too much to get into. But this particular project is not going to be that long, even though I've been talking for so many minutes about not the project. I'm very good at worrying about things that I can't actually do anything about. This is free from its weird sash bits. There's a random piece of metal hanging off the back of this. All right, so I should do this on the floor. I'm gonna take this, lay it out flat. The top I'm tracing on top of it, but first I gotta turn it inside out. I should actually put it on and mark how low I want it. So this is what I'm tracing. And I feel like this is a good neckline. You get to see a little peek of my tattoo, and I really like that about having a shoulder tattoo. I used to be very self-conscious about my shoulders, and now I give so much less of a shit because I have this baby. And yeah, it's fitted really nicely. I have super pointy ribs, and that's just something I've had to come to terms with happening because I have an inverted sternum that goes in here, so like it's structural. There's nothing I can do about this. But yeah, otherwise I think it's like a very flattering cut top, so I think I want it. Maybe I'll tuck it into the skirt I'm gonna make. So maybe I'll come down to here. Mark here. And I guess I just follow that line, huh? I've been in here for less than 5 minutes and it's already so fucking hot. It's nighttime. It shouldn't feel like this. Ugh, summer is just the pits, man. I'm gonna cut this bottom off. And maybe I'll bring it in later, but for the time being, I do not want it. Oh, actually, you know, I think I might have to go crop top on this. Yeah, I think that's too low. I don't think that's gonna work for this. All right, let me regroup. Okay, yeah, maybe gonna make a high-waisted skirt, which is gonna come right here. And honestly, I guess if there's like a little gap and it is a crop top, that's fine. So maybe I'll use this black line as the guide. Yeah, I don't think there's enough fabric to do much more than that. Okay, I'm still incredibly terrified of crop top things. I gotta channel my Elton John. He calls it his like stage gear. I'm gonna lean into that side of it. It's gonna be great. I can't be weirded out by showing off my midriff after making a Rocky Horror outfit where I had a sports bra and hot pants on, and that was it. It wasn't something I felt worse about after I actually, that was a very like self-esteem boosting thing to do. How little everyone cared about that. I just like appreciate what I have. Like, things are mostly functional. I'm 30. I honestly expected to be worse off physically than I am. I mean, with like ailments and stuff, not just weight things or anything. So yeah, why not have fun with it while I have the opportunity to? Going back in, I literally feel like I'm diving back into the project because it's under my feet right now. Did I say the bottom of this or the top? Oh, fuck. I just took it off. You know what? I'm gonna be daring. Ugh, okay, I guess. And because this is such stretchy fabric, this one here, I'm really not worried about the seam allowance too much. I'm tracing pretty much right at the edge of everything. And yeah, this is how I duplicate tops that I really like. So as you can see, I'm following the lines of the front of the top first, but it doesn't matter. You just gotta do one of each. I'll kind of even it out between the sides after. I'm just gonna fold this here a little bit and trace it down, I guess. I'm gonna cut this out one side first. And then rather than cutting this freehand, I'm gonna fold this over. Just in case like one side was a lot longer than the other, if there's any discrepancies. Yeah, it's close enough. Again, you don't have to worry as much. Oh God, I need to vacuum. You don't need to worry as much when it's stretchy material because there's a lot of forgiveness in that. Oh, and actually, I'll just trace this and just do the neckline different. That'll make more sense. You can use pins and pattern weights and any little extra bits you might need for this. Just not have as dramatic of a neckline. All right, so we got a back, we got a front. Yeah, this looks like it's, oh, cool. This is actually the end of the long sleeve of the cardigan, but I like how tight it's fitting for what I'm going for. So I think I'm going to trace this sleeve shape as much as I can. I'm okay if this is a little longer because the outfit I'm basing this off of, it's a long sleeve shirt. And again, it's stretchy, so I should be able to fit it into place without too much worry. I'm kind of freehanding this. It looks so tiny. Probably look a little crazy, but there we go. I feel like I'm making battle armor. Maybe some of you are horrified with the lackadaisical nature of me hacking into some of this stuff. And not that I don't care what happens to the fabric. I want to use as much as I can and not be wasteful. But you don't have to be afraid if it's someone else's literal trash. So you can be a little more brazen with your decisions, and if you get inspired partway through cutting something, fucking go for it, you know? Worst case scenario, you use it as stuffing. There's always something else you can do with it. And then you can try it again with something else someone wanted to get rid of. So I'm going to attach shoulder seams first. Because it's so stretchy, I am gonna pin it so it's not completely all over the place. Or maybe clipping will be better. Oh, whoops. Also, make sure your shit is right sides together, because mine is definitely not. I'm gonna leave the armholes and the neck hole open. Okay, I'm gonna do shoulders, and then down here, all zigzag stitches. I may break out my serger for this, but also maybe not. No, I should. I should serge this, but I'm gonna stitch it first. So, really glad I tried this on after putting these pieces together. Pretty low cut for me, but this is more the issue where I essentially made like a sweater sports bra, but I still had, I mean, like this is where it's stopping right now, which is, there's not much covered, which I know, it's a crop top. That's the point. And like the skirt's gonna hit here. It's just my very pointy ribs that are gonna be hanging out. But because I kept the very bottom bands, rather than hemming the bottom and this coming up even more, I'm gonna use this for the bottom, which means I only have to hem this. I did decide after all to take my serger out because I know I'm gonna like this more. You can get away making most things without a serger. I feel like there's a couple things I wouldn't do without it. Like the hem I'm gonna do on the skirt whenever I get around to that. I wouldn't like nearly as much. It would actually be more of a pain in the ass without the serging. I will explain when we get there. I always feel a little bit more confident about what I've made when I have it stitched and serged. It looks professional. It's nicer. One of the reasons I have no qualms about working with really stretchy knits, this would probably be someone's worst nightmare if they were just getting into sewing, but I was also gifted a really nice machine, gifted a walking foot, which makes all the difference. And serging also was a gift because I'm so spoiled by my partner, and I'm just so lucky and so sweaty, guys. It is 10 o'clock at night. I should not be feeling like this. And just for a side-by-side comparison, here's the side seam I haven't serged, and here's the one I have serged. I think I'm making the effort to do this for this one because I need every little bit of confidence I can get for this outfit. All right, shoulders and side seams are serged. While I'm here, I'm going to serge around the neck hole because that's the only thing not getting something added to it. Okay, so that is serged. Dope. My shirt is inside out. My sleeve is right side out. So we're going to tuck this, bottom seams and side seams lining up here. Hit that with a pin. And then the only other pin I'm going to put in is just find the top center of the sleeve. The shoulder seam isn't necessarily going to be at the top, by the way. Grab it, fold it in half, find that center point of the sleeve, and then do the same thing for the rest of the garment. So my shoulder seam is a little off center there. And yeah, just make sure your sleeve is sewn at the bottom if you haven't done that part already. Man, my videos are so specific because if you're coming here for a straightforward tutorial, Lord help you get through the rambles. And then if you're here for just the personality, when I get real technical into stuff, I mean, y'all seem to stick around, so I assume it's all right. This is the kind of shit I like when it's completely dry, straightforward, and there's no, not charm. I don't want to call myself charming, but when there's, no personality to it. There's no fun. The person's just kind of dead in the eyes, if you even see their face. I hope I'm doing something enjoyable is what I'm getting at. Okay, I'm gonna do a zigzag stitch around the sleeves, and then I will serge that. Okay, that's sleeves done. Oh my goodness. Now, I'm gonna make sure this measures around okay. I'm gonna try to go for side seams around. Yeah, I think that'll be good. This is my bottom band. I'm gonna serge the ends together. Ugh, I hate how that went. Okay, this is the kind of stuff that makes me usually stitch before I serge because sometimes feed dogs pull the bottom layer way before the top layer, and because I have the walking foot on the sewing machine, it has feed dogs on the top and the bottom, so it's pulling things at the same time, and I find that I get more even edges like that. Okay, top is right side out, band is inside out, and you can line this up with either side seam or the back, just make sure it's not in the front. Okay, I'm gonna line up the raw edges and do the same thing, just pin in a couple spots, finding the midpoints by holding everything in half and lining it up, and then you just stretch it all to fit. Yeah! This is a fucking skin tight sweater crop top. Jesus, what am I doing to myself? God, there's nothing to it. So the sleeves and the bottom hem are done. Everything else is sewn up except the hem, which this is all I'm going to do. This is actually the thing I was going to tell you to do in the skirt, and I will be doing for the skirt. But same thing's going to apply here. I serged the edge, and I'm just going to fold that over once, and that's going to be my stitching line, is just tacking that down. And just in case I didn't explain that bit well, this is what I'm doing, is I'm folding this over and just zigzagging it. Okay, we did it. We're here. This is a lot. It's nice and cooling, which I appreciate. I kind of feel like Tomb Raider though. It's a little washed out, but I am very tan, but only in certain parts. Yeah, in a surprising turn of events, I feel very badass in this. Actually, I was worried I made the bottom band too tight, and you can totally see part of my chest hole. I don't feel as overexposed as I was expecting. This is an ideal crop here. And then the skirt's gonna start here, so it's gonna be fine. I'm excited. This is still just a part of me that is not out in the open very often. Because the sleeves are really tight here and I have my tattoos showing and stuff, I feel really badass. And I wasn't expecting it. But I'm glad I hyped myself up and got through this and didn't just bail out because everything was so short. And straight up, I think it looks really well made. As I mentioned, that's definitely a confidence boosting thing, is making my own clothes. So yeah, not an everyday outfit, but maybe once it's complete I'll fucking go see Rocket Man again. I don't know. This has been a positive emotional journey. This is oddly liberating. Not oddly. I fucking made a thing. I got a chest deformity, and that's just part of who I am. I'm gonna lean into it. My ribs are just always gonna stick out and be real prominent, and it's just part of it. It's also making me have very good posture. I do think, because I am exhausting, I'm going to make some Rocket Man themed zipper bags for my Etsy shop. I need to come up with some new designs for July 1st because I want to do another product launch. I think that would be a fun thing to do with leftover material from this project. So keep an eye out for those. I have a bunch of other stuff in my Etsy shop. I've actually sold out of like a decent chunk of things. It's crazy. And a lot of they were one-offs, like one-of-a-kind things that like I can't remake even if I wanted to. It's very sales pitchy of me, but like maybe get stuff sooner than later because it's just the nature of making handmade things, especially when it's from upcycled material. Not everything's upcycled, but a decent chunk of it is, and it's all just one-of-a-kind stuff. So I'll link to that in the description. Thank you so much to all of my patrons. I did get the tiniest little something while I was gone this weekend for my mail time perk friends. I actually have a couple different things like that to send out, so maybe I'll just send a bunch of stuff at once. Sometimes do cards, like postcards, or actual like, not birthday cards, but just cool art cards I find out in the world. Sometimes it's a letter, but I have been so inspired to make for most of this year so far that I've been having a blast like sending out mini care packages most of the time. So if you have any interest, yeah, just a little side note. Weird how you like doing stuff more when you're happier, and that's definitely the case lately. All right, I'm gonna get out of this. I will see you all on Saturday with another video. Thanks for hanging out. A rocket ham. Rocket ham?